So this is the anatomy of an on-off switch for a motorized dolly or a winch dolly. This switch comes apart. This yellow tab clicks over and this comes apart. This only goes in one way. You have to align it, push it all the way in, and click that back to lock it. So to install one of these, you have to pull this apart. This ring is basically a nut that holds it on. So you would take this off. This then goes through the hole in the dolly. Then you put the ring on, and then you tighten the ring. There's two ways to tighten it. You can use a tool, something like this, and basically just do it like this and get it as tight as possible. You may or may not have gotten one of these from us. This is a 3D printed wrench that tightens these for you. This will get it tighter than you can with this, but this is sufficient enough. So if your switch is broken, you'll need to replace it, obviously, but if it's just come loose, sometimes you can retighten this ring and then put this back on. And just make sure that this is all the way seated in and that this is locked. You would use a tool like this when it's in the dolly to lock and unlock this. On some dollies this will be easy to reach, and on some of the early dollies this is very hard to get to, but with this tool you can get to it. And if you're replacing the switch and you have to change out the terminals, it's just a Phillips screwdriver in there to loosen those. So if you're changing out the switch, you have to switch the wires over. I recommend you do it one at a time so you don't forget which wire goes where. You put a screwdriver in here to get to that Phillips screwdriver, and you loosen it to get the old fork terminal out. And then when you insert the new fork terminal, make sure that it's going under this little silver tab. You can see that silver tab right there. So this has got to go under that, and you tighten it down nice and tight, and then give it a pull test. And you can bend these like this to help get the wire out of the way so that it fits in the compartment. If you forget which wire goes where, just remember that both of the big gauge or large gauge wires have to go on one of these pink things, and both of the small gauge wires have to go on a separate pink thing. And it really doesn't matter which one, as long as you don't mix large and small gauge on one of these switch blocks.